Hello, this is Adam Rayner, and today I'm with Cleanse
Dave
Oil, Dave Hewitt, and Mr. Mark Williams at Cleanse Oil. And we're going to be running a technical test using this particle removal device for purifying oil. Just so that you can see, this is a pump in a box with a big switch. Just getting in nice and close. You can see that this has just got the one input and output. There we are. And also, for the purposes of the video and the full veracity situation, literally. I know it seems a bit daft, but I thought it was necessary. Okay, gents, well, they've entrusted me to break the seal on 25 litres of Hydroquip, a known good oil. This is a quality product. This is the only bit you didn't rehearse because I'm not going to get the pliers out of my pocket. Hang on, no, I'm going to. This is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. Right, from my utility belt. There we go. Does it go off all the way around, just like a bottle of olive oil? Ow, lovely. Okay, Mark. Dave, let's run this test.
You ready, Dave?
Yep. Fire away.
Now, first of all, the oil is being run just through the pump and straight in. To the reservoir. And we're going to sample this oil just having come pumped. That's going to be our sample number one. Through the pump. Okay, so going into the bottom of the bottle there. And this is sample one. This is going to be our control. Turned on. Okay. What's going to happen is a connection of the particle removal device. Same pipe to the input. Because there's a finite volume within the filter I've taken, of course, then.
Right,
Yes. Not terribly long. I think my Volvo can take longer than that in the morning. We're now going through the particle removal device, but they're all great. Quantity through the jar.
Ready?
And now, this is sample bottle 2. From this point, most of these bottles are going to remain in shot. I did notice in actual fact there was a momentary occlusion just for a second on sample bottle 1. Let's fit a defilter into the system. But now we have 2 sample bottles. Sample 1 is the oil as it was, just pumped into the bottle. And sample 2 is the one that's been run through the particle removal device. Okay, this is the bit we've rehearsed. Right, John. Playing over the tripod. Come on. I feel like leading a puppy. Yeah, it's not nearly as entertaining as a bunch of school kids singing a song backwards or OK Go doing a ridiculous kinetic video, but the whole point is that these are staying in shot. Okay, Mr. H. Hang on a sec, stop. Oh, we tried there. Right, if you could pop them on the counter in front of the gentleman I'll just call Mr. Engineer. And we'll keep them in shot. Lovely. And at this point, we'll just basically hand over to the operator. There we go. Right, now then. This device here is particle measurement system. We're going to be doing sample 2, which is of course the filtered oil. Now in the interests of, again, undeniable veracity, we're going to have to generate a completely random alphanumeric something or other just to call this file, so it can't be some file like what we might have done. You know what I'm saying? Point is though that we're going to use my telephone to do that. Trying to bed the tripod down in a small room here without losing focus on the bottles down there. Clanking as well. I have to lock off on tripod so get on your phone. Right. The other thing we're going to be doing as well is leaving this camera on in between the two samples. Sample 2 has been through the particle removal device. It's now being run through the liquid sampler. And when the measurement is deemed complete, we'll be wanting a file name for that measurement. But in between measuring the filtered sample and measuring the unfiltered sample, we're going to recalibrate the machine as well. So as I used to say, there's a talk amongst yourselves. I didn't find it was going to be exciting until the end. So what sort of duration do these tests usually take, Mr. Engineer?
Normally 5 to 10 minutes.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You can tell the viewer who I hope isn't watching this for entertainment's process, I've got plenty of capacity and battery. I gather the test equipment here isn't just horribly expensive, but horribly recently very expensively calibrated as well.
It is, yes.
This is about international scientific standards that can be used by engineering firms in Japan or the States or wherever, I take it.
Yeah, no, I think the calibration was only done in June.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you have to kind of warn cash flow about, I take it.
Yes, yes.
But nevertheless, they're the crucial piece of ordnance here. I take it you'll need the file name once it's completed, but not before.
Yes, once everything's settled down and we take the result,
Yes.
then attach the file name to it. Yeah.
Well, in the absence of anything terribly more exciting, what we'll do is show the camera my Galaxy in its little caser. And there's the telephone, go contacts. I don't know about you, but I don't think I could actually stab at a particular contact. I get the thing spinning. This is why I'm rehearsing this. There we go, just get the thing really whizzing. Whizz, bop, and stop. I've got a name and I can open it up and use part of his name and part of his number, but as I say, wherever the heck that would go, no idea. We figured that was going to be suitably random enough to make it current and quite clear that this wasn't a previous test. I'm fairly new to the the science of this, but I take it the bar graphs are to do with particulate sizes.
They are, yeah.
Which
It's
are?
the micron bands and the number of particles in each micron band.
Yes. Calculating machine running around here. This in video terms is what's called a locked off shot. Most commonly done in one tiny spot in Japan called Shinjuku Junction. And the hotels around there, I can't tell you because I've been there to film it. I'm so bored. With people doing locked off shots because of course every time the lights change 1,000 people cross the road. So how long are we off from finishing this test, Mr.
I'm just stopping this one now, so
Okay.
and then we'll actually do the recording of the result.
Okay, before we do that, let me just telephone to it over your shoulder. Now we're going to have some murmured conversations outside. Let's keep those bottles in focus. But as you can see, there is one slightly higher bar on that bar graph. Now, I gather it would take a whole day for air bowls to
Yes.
leave the oil. And the very fact that we opened it and did it straight away in a brand new filter.
Yep.
We're measuring tiny micro bubbles as well.
We are,
However,
unfortunately.
well,
Yeah.
don't worry about that. This is about material science, isn't it? This is about the actuality of it all, and what we need to give it a name, don't we? So we're doing that now. The issue here, though, is that
If we
this
if
is
you-
scientific
if
conditions, and
you give me a number and I'll put it on the
Okay.
record.
right, what we're going to do is there's my contacts list. I'm going to set it spinning. It's going to go really, really fast. Hang on, get it really fast. Sorry. Here we are. Bop. Okay. That's Julian Edwards. Let's have Julian. Lian.
Okay, that's in.
And hang on, I've got his phone number. Oh, did you can just use his name?
I'll put that in. Yeah,
Oh, right,
that's-
Julian is enough. Hey, we didn't know where it was going to stop, did we? Lucky man, he's slightly famous. There we are. The point is that we had no idea that we were going to be calling this one the same name as the Leo character. A minute ago. Going back out again. Now, of course, from my little bit of science education, when I did go to degree level, you have the experiment, which you might make a conclusion from, but before that, a theory, a thing we wish to discover. And in this case, it will be, does sample 1 have a higher particular content, just as it stands versus sample 2 having been through a very sophisticated particle removal device.
We now
I'm just the cameraman, right.
print that test result
There we are.
to the memory stick.
Lovely.
If I
See
can
that going on?
find the memory stick, there it is, and we'll call it sample 2. And that is now saved.
There we are. We didn't know it was going to be called Julian. That's the whole point, though. That is the whole point.
Right. Well, now
Okay. If we can,
flush and recalibrate the equipment.
what we need to do is move sample 1 and sample 2 up to close to the close to what I'm trying to say, laptop, so they stay in shot, as it were, while you do the thing with the machine.
That one out. The fluid in the machine, and flush that through once again.
Okay. Crucial part of the process. of course have to generate another name for the sample 1 for the oil just coming through the pump.
That's right, yeah. Right, I've now stopped the count and we'll remove the flask with the cleaning and put in sample 1 to do the other test.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your patience, viewers. My point is that this is one single tap.
And we'll, as before, flush the equipment through with the sample.
Because we've got plenty of it. Just for my own cameraman's interest, I shouldn't really break the proscenium arch and join in, but I have been voiceover after all. The liquid sampler, is that a light-based testing system?
It's a laser-based
Yes.
sampler, yes, yeah.
So it's shining beams of light through and seeing what it bounces off?
It relies on light refraction, bouncing off the particles through a capillary tube inside.
On a nano basis. We're doing the same thing for discovering planets at great, great distances on a rather more cosmic
Okay.
scale.
Right.
Yes. light bouncing off particles around stars. It's 3 or 5 orders of magnitude different. But we're just running some of the original oil through the system. The whole point was is that throughout, these have been on camera, and apologies if you heard us murmuring and talking amongst ourselves outside. There it is, of course, been a few minutes now. Well, gentlemen engineer set operating. Thank you very much, by the way, Sophie.
That's all right, no problem.
It's nice to say thank you to the folks that are helping. Yeah, this is the first bit of a few, perhaps, from all kinds of sources, but I've just been discussing it with Dave Hewitt, and apparently, the naked eye, that's why I was asking that question about the light, dangerously close to journalism is, it's perceivable with a white background and some decent light, so we're going to try that as well. We might as well keep them in shot as well, but we'll go and have a look at them through a halogen lamp. Interesting, we're pretty convinced that bottom trace is air bubbles.
Yes.
And having just gone through the pump on its own, being the first sample, it's still higher in air bubbles by the looks of things than the first one was, which is interesting. So in actual fact, it looks like the air bubbles would have been introduced by cavitation or some such within the pump, and that your filter system has actually filtered a significant number of those air bubbles. Anyway, that's nothing for me to conclude. I'm out of time now, but nevertheless.
We have fairly straight lines on the graph now, so I'll stop the machine and put it into record mode.
You require another.
I'll need another
Okay.
number. Yeah.
Okay, we'll start from the days and just set spinning. Hang on. Oh well, I hit one. I've got a chap called Matt, N-A-T-T.
M-A-T-T.
Yes.
Yep.
I think I might have just put his phone number on the internet as well, but having said that, it's sufficiently limited in his nobody phone Matthew up. He's a nice chap. I've customised a car in actual fact, but that's my day job. I write about electronics for automotive applications, some of which involve an awful lot of knowledge about satellites. Yes. Another little Berman conversation outside to do with air bubbles and all. In actual fact, the Clenzon guys do have other bits of engineering they're working on, including a device which is about micro bubbles within systems.